This is a sort of a rant video. I am I'm not talking to my sister and my brother. I don't want to give too much details about them because that would be violating a boundary against protecting people's privacy and anonymity. But I guess I did write about my ex-husband in my book. But what I want to say is that they display a lot of entitled behavior that I always allowed because I love them and I want to be a good sister. And the same reason that a lot of you guys stay married when you're unhappy, because that's what a good person does. No matter, I'm not allowed to have needs and rights. I'm just supposed to get along in this relationship. Like, it's my job to figure out how to get along in this relationship. This relationship has never involved my feelings, so I'm just used to it being that way. But as I've done more personal development work and made more female friends, I'm like, well, these friends are treating me better than my sister. And as I start letting go of some of my female friends who had a lot of issues and drama, I'm like, well, I let go of this friend who has drama, but my sister has drama. And I'm not really okay with that anymore. So I started making requests and stating my boundaries, and she kept violating them. Mostly, she likes to call me whenever she feels like it and dump all her drama on me. And this has been going on for like 20 years. And I had an insight a few months ago that all this drama that I was putting listening to and having compassion for her and listening to her and being there for her, because at times she's also fun too and nice. I started to realize that she was causing it, and I saw it in the way that she treated her last boyfriend. I didn't like how she treated him, and in some of the conversations, I could see her contempt and her problems, and I realized I'd been had. And I wasn't okay with it anymore. I will also say that neither my sister or my brother has ever done any therapy, and like said in another video, it's not my job to let myself be used and treated in a way that's unkind to me just because you don't want to go to therapy. And I'm going to say that to any of you in any relationship, if you're married or have a sibling or a parent, that it's healthy for us to state our boundaries, because that's self taking care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves, you guys. And these boundaries, a healthy boundary is loving to me and loving to you, because it's letting you know how I want to be treated, and then you can decide if you want a relationship with me or not. Now, in the case of my siblings, they do want a relationship with me. But I'm going to say they want a relationship with the old me that didn't have the boundaries, because my sister wants a relationship with the old Sharzad that she could just call and dump on. She doesn't want a relationship with this Sharzad who wants a respectful, mutually beneficial relationship. That's not what she wants, because she keeps violating my boundaries. And so I refuse to let myself be made the bad guy. And the other thing about boundaries is that the things I'm requesting of her would make the things I'm requesting as my boundaries, and the things that we usually request as boundaries, if they're healthy boundaries, are not only loving to us, they're loving to the other person, because, like I said, it lets them know what I really need, so I'm not resentful and feeling used and getting angry. And it helps them be a better person, because if she starts to be respectful and stops dumping drama on people, she'll be a better person. She'll be more empowered. What would really help my sister is to do some yoga or things that help her to be present, and to go to some therapy. She's never done it, and I think it's good for all of us to do some therapy, especially if we have a history of unsuccessful relationships and drama in our lives. And then I would be happy to have a relationship with her. I mean, my sister and brother could go to therapy, and after they've been there for a couple of months, I could join them. I just don't want to be in dysfunctional relationships, and I refuse to be, obligated into one just because someone is a sibling. Why the fuck don't they show up? Why the fuck don't they take care of their own self and have like a mutually beneficial relationship, and then that I would enjoy. The same thing goes for marriage too. I think so many times people get so used to a relationship being a certain way that they think That's just life. That's my life. You know, I live here, I work here, I have this marriage, I have these siblings, I have these parents. That's my life. But it isn't. It's just what you're choosing to think is your life. You can change your relationships. You can have conversations with people about how the kind of relationship you want and the standards you'd like, and challenge people to something new. You can change where you live. You can change where you work. You can change your career. I'm right now thinking about some changes I want to make in my life. I've lived here for 9 years in this apartment by myself, and I don't want to live in this apartment for 20 more years until I die all alone. What kind of shit life is that? I mean, I'm content, but there's got to be more that I can do, that I can express, that I can create. Is this all that I can ever do? I've done this for so long. I feel like it's time for something new to come in. Should I move somewhere, another city, another part of San Diego? Should I get a dog? You know, should I be going out and doing more activities like meetup group, jogging groups, things I don't really want to do at all, like just to meet more people, maybe meet some men, younger men, particularly. Um, I'm just looking for God to give me some signs or some doors to open. Um, and I just added that in there because a lot of people think, well, I have to get along with this person. They're my sibling. Well, maybe they're the problem. And when there is a disagreement in a relationship, it's not always 50-50. Sometimes there's a thing called a blatant and a latent. The blatant is the one that is being more grandiose, more entitled, or more walled off. And that's the person that's usually the main one that a good therapist would focus on. And the latent, which is me in this case, that person's problem is allowing it and being there. So I'm done allowing it. I'm done being there. My kids understand because they're like, Mom, we know why you don't like to talk to them. We know. My whole family is a little bit dysfunctional, not like toxic, but they all, none of them have done any therapy or self-development stuff. They don't understand the concept of boundaries, something that I'm just learning. They don't understand authenticity, self-expression, and boundaries. Like, they think, well, I think this. They have a way that they've always thought, and I think this, and therefore it's right. And see, because my brother has never been married, and my sister was married once for a few years, a long time ago, they haven't been in long-term relationships, and that's why I would never date a guy who's never been in a long-term relationship, because relationships teach you. They make you look at yourself, and they make you grow. And because I was married so long, I had to grow, and I've done so much self-development work that I'm a much better person now than I was 10 years ago. Because I try, and when people don't try, they just have a lot more issues usually. Especially if they never apologize or nothing is their fault, like in my brother's case. My sister is a lot easier to get along with, but she has her own set of issues. She likes to call me and dump on me. She likes to share secrets and gossip. Guess what I found out? Guess what so-and-so did? And I don't need the shit show drama. I don't want it. So, love you all. Love you, brother. Love you, sis. But not loving the way that you're behaving and acting. So I'm not a clearing for that. So my healthy boundary is here, like right here. And like I told my kids, is like, don't let them call you and guilt you into, why is your mom talking to us? They don't need to involve you. Not that they really have, but maybe a little bit. And they all want to do a family reunion. They want a relationship with me. See, that's the weird thing. They want a relationship with me, but I don't want a relationship with them. So my son was calling me the other day. He's like, Mom, why are you giving your sister the silent treatment? Well, I'm not giving her the silent treatment. I don't do that bullshit stuff. I'm not talking to her because I don't want a relationship with someone who dumps a shit show drama on me every time she calls. I am done. I listened for years. Oh my God. My ex husband used to say, Sharzad, I don't like it when you talk to your sister because when you get off the phone with her, you're very upset and you're upsetting the whole family. And that's the problem. These people that bring drama, they upset you and then you upset everyone. Some people feed on drama. They love that. So sometimes I would pick up the phone to be like, what's the drama now? But I don't want drama energy anymore. So I'm not allowing it anymore. And she doesn't like that. She wants a relationship with me because she liked being able to call me and dump her shit on me. So that's what she misses. She doesn't want me because if she wanted me, she would just go to some therapy or do some yoga or just honor my boundaries. She doesn't want to honor my boundaries. She doesn't want the me. She wants the old me that was a doormat for her dumping. That's what she wants. So that's the same way with you. If you start improving yourself and requiring a higher level of friendship, you'll see who wants you versus who just wanted the old you they could use in the way that they wanted, or the old you that didn't mind all their dysfunction. In the case of my brother, I don't know why he wants to be around me because he has a lot of contempt for women. He thinks that I'm immoral for being an escort. He does think I'm very immoral, and he gets very angry when I talk about dating. But somehow he likes to stick around when I talk about dating. He doesn't go somewhere in the. He tries to be around it, and then he gets mad at me. And he has a lot of anger at authority figures, and he's very negative. Everyone in the family thinks he's too negative. I don't want to be around that. And, it's not like they're little kids anymore. They're grown adults in their 50s. Fucking act like it. So this is my rant on my family, and I kept it as general as I could. I think I did a good job. This is like my 8th time making this video over the last few days. But I wanted to make this video about family and boundaries. A lot of people have never learned boundaries. So there are two kinds of boundaries. The containment boundary is I'm responsible for what I say. And the protective boundary is I'm responsible for what I let in. So I try to use my containment boundary when I make my videos so I don't, I maintain people's privacy. And I don't go like putting drama on you guys or bad energy. And my protective boundary is what I let in. So I block people who leave nasty comments, and I don't want to interact with people who just want to use me or dump on me or who don't keep their word. My sister and brother are reliable. They do keep their word, and they're not trying to hurt me. They just have some habits that, they're blind to that are keeping them from being fun for me to be around. And if they just change those habits, I would enjoy their company, and so would everyone else enjoy them more. These habits, if they change, would make them more enjoyable for everyone, their own family and people they work with and everyone. We can all grow and improve, and I don't need them in my life. At some point when my mom gets old and we all have to work together, I'll work with them. But it will be just, for my mom. My mom's like in her late 80s, so she's still going strong. So one more thing I want to say about the masking thing. I wear bright lipstick now at the grocery store. I refuse. I'm just done over the bullshit of people being afraid of something with a 0.0001% death rate. If you're 80 and old, take care of yourself. Otherwise, let's live our lives. These restrictions they've put on us are causing a lot of harm to society, not just economic devastation, but social devastation to children, lower IQs of babies born since January of last year, children having a lot of issues because they haven't been able to socialize and they have to wear these, and more suicides and depression and so on. I just still don't see why we did it. And here in San Diego, people are still going to the grocery store wearing these. They're not enforcing it, so I'm like, fuck that. I put on my bright red lipstick when I go in the grocery store. That's what I do now. Like everybody else is all covered up. Like, you do you, but I'll be afraid of things that are actually scary, like going skiing. I'm scared of going skiing, but I'm not afraid of something that, is not going to hurt me even as much as the flu. By the way, I still haven't got it. I'm still trying to catch it. I still haven't got it. So there I have a boundary too. Like, don't tell me what to do. Don't try to control me. Don't give me your drama, and don't give me your freaking lies about why I need to do this. It's just a bunch of lies, that they want me to be afraid of something that isn't even scary. Boundaries, we got to keep some boundaries. People just roll over like fucking sheeple. You let your wife or your husband treat you like shit. You let your siblings treat you like shit. You let somebody tell you that you should be scared of something that you don't even need to be scared of. Just start thinking for yourself and start thinking about the word boundaries and start asking questions. Boundaries, that's the word. That's the key word for today. Boundaries. Yeah, and I have a lot of them. Thanks for watching my video.